Hey guys, how are you all doing? Nave here from the Aviation Skin Project, and I have another guide here for you about these launchers. And this guide is specifically for if you are someone that doesn't want to use 18 icons or doesn't have any use for more than a certain amount and doesn't want anything else to be seen. Because as you can see here on the right side, I only have 7 icons, and there are 2 that are just the numbers, the base numbers. And if you don't like that and you don't want that to be a thing, then in this video I'm going to teach you how to remove any icons that you don't want or any executable areas that you don't want. So let's begin. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the 2 options that you can do, 2 things that you can do to remove the icons that you don't want. One is my preferred action, one is my preferred method, the first one, and the other is another possibility which I recommend less to do because it's a little bit more difficult. And if you don't want to mess around more with Rainmeter, then you know the bad side, I guess, of the first method is something that you should be able to live with, I guess. So let's begin. So if you want to remove one of the icons, let's say I want to remove this TeamSpeak free icon, then what you could basically do is just remove everything about the icons. Remove every single data that is here in the area of the icon of the specific launcher. Save the launcher.inc file. This is inside the launcher.inc file, by the way. Hit refresh, and it's gone. Now, what I said, there is a bad side to it, or a what is it called? A side effect is this. The bounding box is still there, which means that you can still have this weird hand thing, like you can click it, but nothing is going to happen because there's no path to execute. So it can execute, but it won't really. What you could do to remove this completely is go to a specific skin and remove the left mouse up action. But while this is going to remove the icon and remove the path, executable path, for every single one of those skins, if you want to remove that hand thing, this is going to be just done skin by skin. So you're going to have to mess with all 18 skin.ini files. So if you don't want to deal with that, then don't do that. That's all up to you. Okay, so the second way, the second option of doing it is I'm going to have to be messing up with the actual code of the actual executable. This is going to be done inside the skin file. So as you can see, I'm going to need to mess with any of those app number measures. Now, doing this is a little bit problematic. Why? Because of the way that I've coded everything. The way it works is the first value of every part is going to have a set value. So for example, in the bottom orientations, app 1 is going to be stationary at x equals 0 and y equals 75. Everything else is going to be based on eventually app 1. So if I move app 1, everything else moves with it. So for example, if I want app 1 to be at y0, then everything will move to y0 or move up with app 1. Now this is going to be happening to everything else if you mess with anything else. So for example, app 5, if I want to remove Open Hardware Monitor, the ways you can do it is either just deleting app 5, or if you have something like Notepad++, you can add all of those symbols to the left, making it unreadable, but then it will move to an undesired location. So what I recommend doing is not doing it this way, just do it the way with removing the names from the launcher.inc file, removing the data, excuse me. It's going to make it much easier. It's not going to mess up any of the locations and everything, but if you do want it want to do it in this way, then what you should do is, for example, if I want to remove app5, then I'm going to need to reset the x and y values of app6. So you're going to need to find out where R6 should be and replace what's here, x and y, with the correct values. Now let me explain how to do this. Okay, so if I want to, for example, remove app5 and I didn't change anything with app6, then it is going to do something really weird and send it up here. How do I fix that? This is pretty simple. You just need to find out what are the actual x and y values that you should have for the app. The way it works is that for app6 is going to be placed based on the x and y values of app5. App5 is going to be based on the x and y values of app4, and so on and so forth until we get to the stationary value, which is app1 or app10. The way it works is pretty simply relying on radiuses on location from a certain area. So first of all, let me just explain, or rather give you the data. LA is a variable that is set to be 30 on the base variable. The base variable is 30, and it is the width and height of every icon. So this is 30 by 30 pixels, or whatever it is. I'm not sure if it's pixels or anything else. But in any case, what I wanted to do is to have app2 at a certain distance from app1. The way it works is you add a value to move to the right from the top left corner of the previous value. So if I have app2 at LA or 30 R from 0, then it is going to move 30 pixels or 30 whatever it is to the right from the location of app1. So that is going to work. For every LA you're going to add 30 on the X or the Y. If you don't have anything before the R, then it means that it's 0 and it's not going to move. It's going to be on the same value as before. So if this is R, Y equals R, then that means that the Y value of app2 is actually 75. So let's go back to the example, and let's say I would like to remove app5. So I need to find out what X and Y values I need to get app6 to. So let's open a calculator and let's calculate. So first of all, app1 is at x0. So let's calculate the x. We have LA once, LA twice, LA 3 times, and then minus LA2. So I can go 30 times 3. We reach 90, and then we go minus LA2. If you want to know the variables, the value of the variables, you can go into resources and into the vars file. Everything is here, as you can see. Launcher icon sizes. LA2 is set to 2 times as of LA, and LA3 is 3 times LA. This is just to make things move more easily rather than look for the coordinates. And I have this line right here. Make sure LA2 is twice the size of LA, and LA3 is 3 times the size of LA if you are planning to switch LA to a different size. So just make sure to set that up. So we have 90, and then we need to go back 60 because minus LA2 is 60, 30, and then we have app6, LAR from app5. So add another 30, meaning that the X of app6 should be 60. For the Y, we can see that app2 to 4 have the same Y value. It says R, meaning it's the same Y value of app1. So we're going to set it at 75. And then app5 goes down by 30. So at 30, the Y of app6 should be 105. And now we can just remove app5, save, and that's it. It's removed. There's no hand sign, and everything will work as it should. So this is how to set up the launcher, or how to change or lower the amount of icons that you're going to use. What am I changing? I don't know. If you want to have less than 18 icons, this is how it's done. Again, I recommend the first method, but if you want to do it this way, it's also possible. It's just going to be way more work than before. But if you need any more help, you can comment down below. If you need anything else, then you can also comment here. You can go to the DeviantArt page, or you can go to the Rainmeter forums and ask for help there. I hope I've been helpful with this, even with the tons of cuts and not so good explanations. But I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you next time.